Good morning, world changers. Good morning. Hopefully you can hear me today.
Good morning. We can hear you.
All right, we're going to start in here less than a minute. Anybody want to say hi real quick?
Hello, hello from Georgia.
Hey, hey from Pittsburgh.
Hi, Angie from Kentucky.
These names are
As I would do with my kids, okay, or all right, hopefully this works. Let me add a few more people. Can you hear me okay now? Lita, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Someone give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you. Let me know if it's too bad. Another minute here. We're still adding a lot of people to the room anyways, and someone's working the microwave. You're not. I'm on the Wi-Fi. We got Kim here driving my Uber. We are heading to Vegas with Miranda to drop her off at the airport from St. George, Utah. We were visiting an incredible leader, Ken Porter, out there, and Josh Higginbotham. And we're just heading back in the middle of the desert here in Nevada, no man's land. So it's even shocking that we have service. We thought we'd be in Vegas by now, but didn't get there fast enough. All right, let's go ahead and dive in today. We're going to make what I want to do today. This is our more of an intimate coaching session where I want to do.
Good morning.
Here real quick.
Come on, Josh. Oh, I love your little jacket.
There we go. All right, so do your best to stay muted if you can. Man, people come in right here after the top of the hour. I think I'm not going to add anybody else after about 4 minutes after. How's that? So I can just focus here. Okay, we got about 1 more minute, and then I'm going to shut off the room. All right. So one of the number one things that of all the strategies that I've learned of in helping you become a better enroller is going through the process of what you're saying to someone like myself who knows the discernment of enrolling thousands upon thousands of people into my career over many years. And so it's not necessarily just a talking head teaching, which is good. And it's not even as valuable as hearing me actually prospect. I know that sounds crazy because I used to have people listen to me actually recruit live on the phone. And I would think that, oh my gosh, all people have to do is listen to the live recording or listen to me actually talking to someone. And I used to enroll people all day. And I thought that would be the answer for people to understand how simple it really is to connect with humans, send them messages, and then follow up and enroll people. But what was mind blowing is they weren't picking up exactly what I was doing, even though they think they completely understood what I was doing. Right? They're like, oh my gosh, here's the common thing from Tom. Say what they said. It's talking, but I'm at communicating with people that gets people to know, like, and trust you, feel comfortable with you, feel like they like you and want to work with you. And the best way to do that is to just find out, what your process is and how I can specifically help you. And then I can role play with you, share some code on questions that you get, and then I can dive right in and kind of role playing with you on how to overcome that so you can enroll a lot more people. So who wants to go first with a question or an objection or a question that you get from your prospects often? This is called the uncomfortable pause. Come on. How many of you are prospecting? You're connecting with people.
I'll go. I don't have time, or I'll do it later.
You mean do what later? That what your prospect says to you?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in reference to what, Lita?
Like they don't have the money right now. I have like 6 people right now that are on that list. Like, when I my next paycheck, like, it kind of like stops, and so.
Well, let me share the most important part of that before I help you specifically with some strategy to get them to say yes. How's that? Because here's the most important part of that. You have 6 people that are really close. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
How many people have you enrolled? Anybody? Have you started to enroll people yet? Do you know?
I have 1 enrollee.
How many people do you think it takes you that are really close, like those 6, to actually enroll 1 person per week? Like how many people do you need to have in what's called the pipeline, or like that you think are like really close, like, yeah, just wait until I get paid, or just wait until after the inauguration, or just waiting for my dog to go to the vet, right? How many are on the tipping point of that?
Oh
that you
gosh.
that you think that you can almost guarantee if you have so many people just like that, you'll enroll at least 1 or 2 a week. Any idea?
Over 25,
Okay,
50.
so
I don't know.
let's just say it's back in the day, many years ago, when my skill was just okay, it would take me 20 people that watched the presentation, 20 people that I liked, 20 people that I think liked me, 20 people where we had a good connection, 20 people that said they're interested and yes, I want to enroll, 20 people that also said, but call me tomorrow, but I need to talk to my spouse, but I need to pray with my dog, but I need to do this, right? Some kind of excuse or timing delay or something like that. And for me, there's one thing you've got to be careful of in our business to ever say, the word guarantee. But when I lost everything financially, I didn't have that luxury of not being able to predict and guarantee a result for my family. So I got to the point where I knew that if I had 20 people that I built up that are on the verge of saying yes to me based on my skill, I know what my skill would, I needed to get a pipeline of 20 to get 1, right? So answer, so you might be 6 human beings in this world. You might be working so hard to get 6 human beings in, and those 6 human beings might not be qualified. The timing might not be right. They
Right.
might be afraid of their shadow, but they sound like they're bold and confident, right? And I'm not saying they are. I don't know them, right? But the thing is so the first thing every single one of you have to do, and no one might know, none of you might know your number. I call it your hot number. You might not know that number exactly, but most of you don't put too much emphasis on the 3 or 4 or 6 or even 7 or 8. Most of you need to get to 15 to 20
Okay.
of all those kind of people. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and dive into it. People will enroll with you and give you significantly less objections when you learn the art form of asking better leading questions. And when you ask more questions and you don't talk your whole art form, the art form of being a great recruiter, is talking as little as humanly possible about your company, your product, about you for sure. It's your whole goal when I prospect is to seriously just put the spotlight of communication by asking questions. So all I do is I ask a question and then I respond. Lydia, if you knew, let me do an example right now. You ready? Let me recruit you right now. Let me do my best, right? You ready? And I want you to give me some objections. Let's go ahead and role play really quickly, okay?
Okay.
So Lydia, all right, so you watched the presentation, right? The overview of our
Yes.
company, right?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, cool. By the way, where are you from?
Nashville.
Are you kidding me? I heard that like the most popular place in America to live right now. Is that true?
Well, I moved from California, so I would say yes.
One of those. Typical California bailing out.
Yes.
So why did, can I ask maybe one reason why you migrated out of California?
I worked in the film industry and I have two small children and I just wanted to be home to raise my kids. And so we moved so that I could do that.
Were you a time producer?
You broke up a little bit. Can you repeat?
Yeah, you do in Hollywood.
Oh, I was a prop master. I worked on sitcoms.
Can you share what sitcom you worked on?
I worked on Fuller House. I worked on Odd Couple. And then I also worked on 1 hour episodics like Cold Case.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so I want to do a timeout really quick. Can someone else of what I did? I'm gonna share with you. I just did something that has helped me enroll thousands of individuals. Can someone unmute and break down what I just did? Anybody?
Got personal.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Do you know why?
To connect closer.
What's that?
To connect to her closer.
Yep. 100%. Anybody else?
People like to talk about themselves.
Yep. And why is it important to get other people talking about themselves?
Well,
So you can find their pain points.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Sure. Anybody else? Keep coming. Good. I love these quick one-liners.
Takes the focus off of you and what they think you're after.
100%. That's another big, these are all one little tiny ingredients make a world-class dinner. And the better you get at understanding these little ingredients, and you don't have to understand the ingredients, you just need to get good at doing the thing that produces the good food or enrolls a lot of people. And these are great little things that happen while you do this. Anybody else?
Show that we care about them.
Share. And why, if they're talking, does it get them to care about, why does it get them to feel special, like we care about them if they're talking? Anybody know?
You didn't just come out with savvy. You wanted to know them before you spoke about what you possibly could get from them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to go back to the one before that because someone made a really good point. Why is it important for them to talk? I forgot what she said. Oh man, I forgot. But why is it important to get them to talk as well?
Figure out some of their objectives. You can figure out if maybe there's a money issue, maybe there's something else personal going on, but you can find out a lot from little clues of what people are saying.
Big time. And when people are, all that is, by the way, you all nailed it. There was not one person that was off. It was actually all perfect. It also creates momentum. When I enroll people, when they're talking, I'm asking a question, I'm leading, they're talking themselves, I'm leading, I'm asking a question. Leading is asking questions. Listening is leading. Asking questions, leading. Listening, leading, okay? When you start talking, if you do it too much, unless you are a pro based on years of experience, unless you're a pro at network marketing and psychology and posture and urgency and being direct and being confident. Unless you're a pro, you can get away with talking. I could think of some 7-figure networkers in our industry that can over talk, and I don't know how they still enroll people. But make sure you stay muted, please. Whoever that is, real quick. There we go. Make sure I'm muted. So unless you know you've already enrolled, I would say hundreds of people in network marketing, you've already made multiple 6 figures, be very careful at when you hear your words talking too much, you're losing trust a little bit. You're saying things that are exciting in your mind based on your knowledge of your experience in this industry. And you're most likely saying things that are the opposite of what they want to hear. Pitching, selling, you never know. So it's very careful to say as little as possible, and just let them do most of the talking. Because my whole goal in enrolling is to get them in momentum. And when they're talking, it's building trust, because people love to talk about themselves. And the more that they talk, the more that you're building trust because they're talking. It's all in the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's just the extreme crash course. And I know most of you understand this, but if you're like me, it's one of the hardest things in the world for me to do. It is so hard. All right, that is so good. All right, but here's what else I did with Lita. So I was kind of getting into the bottom line. Great, did you listen to the presentation? And if I feel like I don't have enough rapport or trust or enough momentum of her talking, I'll slow it down and just, by the way, tell me about, why do you live in Nashville? Why'd you move there? Right? Some of you are like, well, what's the importance of all that? I just want her to talk. Now, be very careful for those of you that are more passive personalities. The opposite extreme of that is letting a talkative prospect talk too much. If it goes over 10, 15 minutes, then it also becomes diminishing return because you're losing posture, because the prospect in the back of their mind sometimes just thinking, oh my gosh, it's just, without going, I don't know, it just can be diminishing returns as well. So you gotta be very careful of that. All right, so let me get back in with Lita. Lita, you ready? Can I unmute real quick? All right, so you watched the presentation, right, Lita?
Yes.
And so tell me again, why were you looking to partner with our company? I know you shared with me a little bit more, but could you expand based on what we talked about yesterday of why you were potentially looking to create another business or another income?
Well, I was a workaholic, recovering workaholic, I guess, maybe. And moving to a new place, and I love being home with my kids, but I also missed my income as a prop master. That was cut when I left. And I like the idea that I can be at home here and work on something, and that it's something that I don't have to, I guess, think about, or I'm not good with like memorizing what's in bottles and what you have to do to put on your face and all that kind of stuff. So I like the idea that I'm just wearing something and being able to share it.
Got it. And what are you looking for? Supplementary income or replacement of what you were used to?
Because, I mean, we're not guaranteed anything right now with COVID. And so I don't know. My husband is currently working, but I don't know what the future holds. And I don't know, I'm not going to be able to retire and get my hold of my pension for another 15 years. And if that will still be in existence, wow. I don't know. So just, want to make sure that we're taken care of for the future and not have to stress out too much. So
that's amazing. And I normally would take my time and meditate on this, but I'm going to try to beeline a little bit more, Lita. So let me ask you this: curious, what kind of income would be able to replace? Would you mind sharing? Is that something you're open to sharing? What kind of income would help you feel really confident so you can be free?
Well, I mean, uh, I
Like
probably,
over 5,000 or under per month? Curious.
okay. Um, Over 5,000 would be nice. So we could do some fun things with that. And so, yeah.
Very cool. And how much time, if you knew that you can accomplish your goals here working with my wife and I in our company, do you have like how much time would you work now?
Okay, that question you have to say again because you broke up.
Sorry. How much time can you work your business per week if you were to partner with us? Just kind of getting a gauge. And by the way, I love to take a lot of notes, Lita, just so I get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the kids are in school, sort of. We go back and forth. So I would say at least a couple hours a day. I can probably, without, distraction and that kind of stuff from other things. So yeah.
Okay, so about 2 hours per day. Awesome. Well, did you have any other questions before getting started, or anything else I can help you with in reference to the business, how it works?
Well, I've never done this before. So
Lita, here's what I want you to do. If you could, give the direct question that your prospects give right now so I can help you overcome some of those questions.
Okay. So I've never done network marketing before. How does a person like me that has never done anything like this approach people, or what do I have to do?
Okay, awesome. All right. Lita, yours. Thank you so much. You're doing such a great job. I appreciate you so much for being so bold. Someone answer that question for Lita. Anybody want to take a shot at that? But I also might, if it's okay, I might coach you as well. It just kind of maybe direct some things. Anybody want to share what you might say with Lita and you asked Lita how this thing works, how the business works? Is that what you're asking?
Sure. I would say the thing that's amazing is this company provides you as much support as you need. They provide you all the tools. They provide you the community. You have the resources to be successful as much as you want to be successful. So if you continue to reach out to your team continually will reach back out to you. You constantly and continuously have that support. We provide you all of the tools to get you up and going, including a back office. We have the tools as far as communication, some scripts you can use. So we just are a very encouraging community that will help you be successful, no matter whether you've done this or not.
Awesome, Kylie. Good job. So let me share, and I'm just testing something new. I've never had people kind of help out and just curious shoot, I can't believe we're not getting service in Vegas now. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
We're actually in Vegas now. All right, so here's what I've learned. When you answer a question, does anybody know the real question Lydia was asking? Do you know actually, can anybody, it's not been a part of my training for a long time, by the way, but does anybody know the real answer that she wants answered? That's the big clue right there, what she really wants answered based on what I've heard from.
Can I do this?
That's exactly.
Will she be successful?
That's all. That's it. And when you understand, when people ask that kind of, I'm not sure, I'm not good at this, I've never done it before, I don't know if I can. When you hear that from people, it's your job to get them to believe that they can do it. And the best way that you can do that is by saying as little as you can with as much simple certainty can. The answer isn't as important as you think because they won't remember it if you talk too much. They won't remember well, we're going to give you the support and you're going to have the this and then that and the facts and the figures and the what they do. And if you start breaking down what they'll do, all you're doing is giving them all the facts and starting to pitch them and sell them on what they'll be doing. And again, the way that I do that, like as an example, I would say, so once you get started, Lydia, I'm going to get your name, Lida, right? Once you get started, we have an amazing community of people that are going to support you and teach you whether you have experience or not, or you've never done that. In fact, it's most people, Lida, I will tell you that right now. And we're going to teach you how to refer people without bugging them to the fashion show and to the different ways that we do business, just like what I did with you. It's really simple. And I'll say one more thing, Lida. The number one thing I want to do for you, if you're coachable and you really do want to make that extra $5,000, is I want to show you how to make your at least your initial investment in your clothes back right away. Okay?
Sounds great, Tom.
By the way, I'm super excited to work with you. Welcome aboard, by the way. It's gonna be fun. Are you in front of your computer right now, or you just have your phone nearby?
I have all three. Which one would you like?
Whichever one's easier for you. Let me show you how simple it is to actually get registered with our company so we can get you in that free training. And I want you to meet everybody. Plus, I want you to meet my wife.
Oh, yeah. Great.
All right. So go ahead and hop on your computer and I'll send you the link right now. All right. Okay. And by the way, again, Lida, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And I know that was only one. See, so you will get less objections like the time or the money if of course they're more qualified, which the only way you can get more qualified people is recruit higher level people that scare you a little bit. Like my wife reached out to a woman named Christy Belliston who scared her. So start recruiting higher level people and you'll get less of those objections. And Lida, I want to ask you a couple more questions. Is it okay?
Sure.
Feel like sometimes you explain things a little extra that it needs to be? Like is over talking maybe something that
yes
you ever catch yourself doing?
Yes, yeah. It is.
I could pick that up, by the way, just by me asking you questions. You had to explain, you have to explain all the other things instead of the question, then you answer the question, right?
Yes.
And by the way, it's only most people, including me too. Just so you know. It's
good.
Okay. Okay, but I will tell you, learn to say less. Learn because if your prospects are giving, for those of you that are getting too many objections, you're most likely over talking.
Yeah.
And that either becomes, there's two people that over talk, people that hate to sell and are a little bit afraid, or people that are overly confident salespeople always over talk usually as well. It's very hard. And it's very hard. You want to be somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
But I'm so proud of you. I love your smile. Your energy is amazing. I gravitated to you in the training with your video because you're so friendly. Be that person to your prospect. Be their best cheerleader. Hear them, acknowledge them, listen to them, and you won't get as much time objection or money objection. And oh, by the way, how to overcome those simple things is if someone says, I don't have the time, you know what? You're like about 99% of every woman that's partnered with us. We're all busy moms. How much time can you commit? Oh my gosh, that's plenty. Yeah, we can show you how to rock your future with an extra 30 minutes a day or 45 minutes a day.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Great. Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
That's what I say. And I just go right. When I enroll people, I expect them to enroll. And guess what? They enroll.
I'm learning. Thank you.
You're awesome. Anybody have any questions or feedback based on the amazing Lydia and that interaction that we just did right now?
Lida with like Lisa with a T.
Lida. Thank you, Lida, for helping me get your name better. I'm going to get better. Thank you very much, Lida. So anybody can help me with Lida or what your feedback is on that or questions? How many of you are doing it like that? Go ahead, Kylie. Go for it.
I just have a question. So if you're kind of an over talker, how, like, what do you recommend? Like, what are some ways that we can try to catch ourselves or to like kind of make it simple? Like, what are some tools that we can do to not over talk and but get the point across and get like get it
Well,
across?
The number one thing that the only way that, not all, and I'll give you the tips. The best way to learn is by experience, is by doing it a lot, by connecting a lot. And if you're not getting a good ratio of people enrolling every month, you're most likely, that could be your thing, most likely. Like as an example, if I can coach you on something, Kylie, can I coach you on something? Like what you put in people's minds subconsciously is so good what you said. As an example though, if you say, oh yeah, we have a great back office and great tools and great this, then the prospect, if a prospect's living in fear, then what they're going to say is, oh yeah, well, let me see it. So they think they want to see it now. Oh, we have an amazing can I see the compens? How do we get paid? So basically what you're doing is you're provoking questions that they wouldn't have asked because you're giving information that doesn't matter. Does that make sense? The only way I would even I would divulge something is if they ask me a specific question like, well, do you have a back office? Which I never get, by the way. Or if they ask a very specific question, and then usually I'd say, yeah, we have an amazing back office, multi-million-dollar back office that you'll have as to support you. But that's where you got to be careful of not saying too much, because you'll say trigger words and then all you'll do is provoke questions that they didn't have.
So I have a question.
Kylie, was that sufficient? Did you have something to expand? I could still see the question mark in did you have more to expand on that? It's okay.
No, I guess I'm just trying to like figure out, okay, what are maybe some of the trigger words, like the negative trigger words not to say. I know like back office and maybe like the comp plan. I know so I deal a lot with like the corporate people. So a lot of people are like the money side. So I've been getting like, okay, well, what does the comp plan look like? Or what does like the money structure look like? So I tend to talk about that.
Yeah. The best thing
I need to just.
Yeah, we're in a place where you almost can't talk about money too much anymore, just legality reasons. So you could just cop right there. You see it? Sorry, my Uber driver's just passed a cop. And by the way, it's my wife. So this is so good. I had a great answer for you till the cop was right there. What was the answer? What was the question again? Kylie?
It's just like the, plans and talking about money.
Yeah. Here's what I say. You got to learn to say everything, but hardly saying anything. Our compensation is amazing. It's one of the fastest compensations I've ever seen based on all what I've seen out there, because our product's so received. People are earning an incredible compensation. But the first thing I want for you, Kylie, based on what you were saying, is you're tight financially. I want to help you get your money back as fast as possible and show you how that first step can be simple for you. But you got to do your part first, okay?
Okay.
And a lot of times, I already answered the comp plan question without even answering it. Does that make sense? Sometimes people don't need 90%, 80%, I'll say, don't really want the answer. They just want to feel confident that you're confident. And they want you to, that sounds so crazy. And some of you are probably doubting it, but I've been through this so many thousands of times with people. That's why if someone says, well, can you break down the compensation? I think I've broken down the compensation with my current company 5 times in the last year. And my wife and I are the top money earners. I break down compensation and I break down details hardly ever.
Okay.
So learn to answer questions very short and simple. And if that doesn't work, you know what your backup is, Kylie? Here, let me shoot you a video on the comp plan if that's really important for you. Tom Challan actually breaks it down in detail, or XYZ upline leader, company owner. just send them a comp plan video if you have to. Preferably not to, because if they already like you, they already trust you, and they're just asking a couple questions because they want to feel more confident. But again, remember, they don't always want to know the answer. And how do you know if they really want to know the answer? They'll keep asking it again and again, and they'll keep hammering it. And they'll be like, well, can't you just break it down for me? Well, what's the percentage? Then you know you have an analytic on the phone or on the Zoom. And then you might need to go a little deeper, maybe bring in an upline or an up team, or bring in a video or a tool at that point to help answer that question for you.
Yeah, and I've been sending them the comp plan, but I think a lot of it is these people are just overthinking it, and they're like, and so that's where I'm like trying to not.
This is so good.
Don't overthink it. Like you're overthinking it. Like it's super simple.
Well, what do you
talk them out of it?
Here's why, Kylie. How does a cookie monster get really hungry for cookies? What makes a cookie monster more hungry? Anybody know the answer? Give them a cookie.
Yeah.
As soon as you give a cookie monster a cookie, they want another cookie. And as soon as you give another cookie monster another cookie, they want another cookie. As soon as you give the comp plan to someone, they're not going to understand it. You're not going to be doing what you think they wanted. All you're doing is you're triggering what they didn't want, which is to be bogged down with more thinking and analytical thing to think about. And now you're stuck having to try to overcome them not understanding the comp plan. And if they don't understand something, they won't enroll with you.
Right.
That's why I don't try to provoke things that I've learned statistically. They don't need to know the comp plan. They don't need to know all the details of your product. They don't need to know how the system works. So let me give you an example. Let me just do it with you right now. I'm going to just beeline objections. Go ahead, all of you. Someone give me another objection that you get real quick, and I'm just going to beeline the objections. Who's next? Good job, Kylie. I might come back around. Who else has beeline objections real quick?
I have another company that I'm currently with, and I'm not looking to add to it right now.
Can I possibly earn your business and just try some really cute clothes? If I give you a coupon code, can you help me out?
Maybe. Okay. I'm just kidding. Yes.
Please. Ashley, I know you rock athletic leisure. Can I just at least, let me get you a coupon code, go shopping, and I know I'll earn your business for life. And I'll tell you what, if you don't think the clothes are amazing, I'll even personally give your money back. Is that fair?
Yes, absolutely. Can I just ask one more quick question? Like, what's your number one thing that you go for when you're like asking for them to partner with you? Because like I made my master list and I was like, right, all these people that I thought were like my dream team. And now the more I grow, the more I realize like, whoa, girl, you've got the wrong team. So I'm just wondering, like, what's the number one, like, I don't want to be prospecting and wasting my time with people. Does that make sense? That really aren't interested, or that I think they would be interested, but they're not.
Here's the thing I know for sure, Ashley, guaranteed. The ones that you think are going to be perfect, usually, not always, usually are not the ones that'll actually do it. So you don't know. And the ones you think are not going to do it. So the key to what I just said is you don't know. No human in all of our industry really knows who the best person to talk to is. And you have two options when you talk to people, and they both work right now. Hey, I'm launching a new project around XYZ. Are you open to taking a look at the business model? Period. Just ask. Ask and don't overtalk. Or, hey, I'm rocking a new XYZ product. If I give you a coupon code, can I possibly earn your business? Or would you check it out and buy something? Check it out. That's all you can do. All you can do when you're in a chocolate store is give someone a little piece of a sample of a chocolate. And as soon as they got chocolate drooling down their mouth, you ask them, would you like 1 pound to go or 2 pounds of chocolate to go? When someone says yes to me, that they're open to my product or business, my mine switches over to, I know I'm going to get him as a customer or a business partner. Now, I will tell you the reality of that is maybe 20%. But I believe if they say, yes, I know I'm going to follow up so creatively, so lovingly, so diligently, so matter of fact, so fun, I'm going to get to know you. If you say yes, we're going to build a relationship, whether you do business or not. And I know that I'm going to do what it takes to get to know you a little bit and to get you as a customer or a business partner. And that's why I'm one of the top enrollers over the last year in a woman's yoga pant company. It's because it doesn't matter if you're a man, older, younger, bigger, not big, perfect fit model, not a fit model. It's irrelevant. It's all mindset of how you connect with human beings. Did that help, Ashley? Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
All right, who has another question or objection real fast?
Hi, Tom. This is Michelle Gamble. I just joined the business Friday.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey.
So you're coming right into the fire with this coaching call.
Yes, I am. And this might be,
help you.
yeah, this might be something that's so, so old school for everybody else on the phone, but I'm just going to jump in and ask a question because I've got someone so, that, so valuable on the phone with me. So I'm just starting my business. Everybody's asking me what I'm doing. So for people that are, in my close network. So what are you doing? Tell me about it. What should I say so that, that quick, you just said something that was, what should I say? Like the one liner so that I get that, so that I can get them to check it out.
Yep, I'm going under a bridge. So the question is, a friend of yours or someone asked you, so what do you do, right?
Yeah.
What business are you in, Michelle?
I've been in 25 years as a leader in sales and marketing for tech and management consulting. So totally switched, and I'm doing Savvy full time.
Okay, so you're in Savvy. Okay, so I just actually partnered with a new pre-launch athletic leisure business. I've never seen anything like it. Have you heard? Have you heard of XYZ company or Savvy? So saying something back is not the most important thing, but just keeping it, again, short and simple. Just say, hey, I'm Rock. Like, I know this sounds really crazy. One of the least attractive things to say in your business, because I'm obviously in your business, is, oh, I rock women's yoga pants. To me, that's not very sexy. But I've learned psychologically, it almost doesn't matter what you say. I did it last night, right, baby? The waitress was so sharp. She's like, so what do y'all do? I go, I rock athletic women's yoga pants for a living. And she's like, really? How, what, like, cause I was so confident and matter of fact, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. She's super interested. We got her number and she's looking at the business right now, literally. So if you want to say something more professional and sharper for you, just say, hey, I partnered with a new athletic leisure company and I've never seen anything like it, or something like that. That's
and
it.
I say that people are like shocked because I've been doing this forever, and for one thing forever, and they're like, really? So there's like, wow. So then what do you say?
Here's the biggest mistake that you want to avoid. When they say, really, Michelle, well, what's that all about? Do not put your professional corporate hat on in this industry right now. This is where most corporate salespeople, executives, kind of, you don't want to go into a pitch fest of trying to explain and break it down.
Right.
You have two options. Well, you have two options. One option is, hey, I'm just getting started with it. You know what? If I give you a coupon code, we're south, LA. So if I give you a coupon code for $25, would you want to go shop for some cute clothes? In fact, we have a new live fashion show drop this Friday, and I might be able to get you in on that.
Okay.
Or they might say, well, how does this work? Then you say, well, the way that our business model works is we have a community of like-minded women where you can see how our business model works. and our clothing model. Is it cool if I add you to a Facebook community with up to 40,000 women, just like up to 40,000 women, to show you how this thing works?
Okay, cool.
The key is even if you're really confident and good at marketing and sales and business, the key is be the opposite of traditional marketing and corporate sales, because they'll remember what you said. And if they're not as confident as you, Michelle, they'll remember it and they'll think they can't do it because they're not as good as you, because you want to almost be less and make the system and the community big.
Okay.
And that's the key to Kim and I duplicating to over 18,000 women. And in every company we've ever done, we've gotten to 40, 50,000 people within 2 years because of that simplicity.
Got it.
And by the way, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate it. I'm excited.
You are super sharp, I could tell, as well as Kylie and like Lisa. You're awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Anybody else? I got a few more minutes. And if you got to take off, please never feel obligated to be on any of my trainings forever. Being on doesn't make you more successful. If you got to go prospect and work with some people, go make your day happen. But I'm here if I can help you. Who's got another question to overcome objection that you get that I can help you kind of share with you how I answer it? Couple more. Give me a couple quick beeliners.
Not right now.
Oh man, awesome. When would you possibly be open? Like, what is your time frame? Just ask a question. So what question would you naturally want to ask? So what time frame would you want to start making the extra 7,000 a month that you told me when to make? Do you have a time frame of when you're looking to get started? Or at least open to taking a look more in depth? And then just ask them a question. And then also say, hey, can I at least earn your business if I give you a $25 coupon code, which can be up to 40, 50% off? Would you like to go shop for some cute athletic wear and help? And I always use empathy. And always say, hey, can you help support me? Or can I earn your business? Instead of logically selling, I like to emotionally sell as much as possible.
Okay, so quick, like my upline or my up team is Donetta, which is like I couldn't be in better hands, right? And I have a prospect and we three-wayed and Donetta was on and she was like pretty, receptive. And let me go to it so I can tell you exactly what she said. She said, yeah, let me wait. And then I messaged her again because we kind of got ghosted. And I was like, I tried on my outfit, the opal set. And I was like, oh my God, look how cute this is. She's like, yes, that's awesome. And I said, have you thought any more about the opportunity? And she said, yes, I have. I'd really like to do it. I just have to get the money together. And so I went to Donetta and I was like, oh my God, what do I do? And she said, awesome. I'm so excited for you. How much short are you from getting started? And which pack were you wanting to go with? And she's already watched the video. And then we got ghosted. Like she hasn't replied to anything since then.
Okay. I mean, that was a fantastic question. It was I would say it exact same way, Ashley. That's why you're working with Donetta. She knows that language. That's why she's a top enroller in her company. So all you could do sometimes is all you can do. And all you can do is be creative. And I would say something like, hey, girlfriend, I know you said money was an issue. I have an idea. Let's jump on a quick Zoom. And if she or nervous to reject you, but she's still short financially. So she'd rather keep putting you off than just politely saying, hey, I'm short $100 still. I'm so sorry. I can't join you. My husband would kill me. That's the bottom line. I would love for people to do that, but they don't sometimes. So sometimes it's good to just kind of reopen the door and say, hey, I got an idea, girlfriend. I got a way to make this happen for you. Let's jump on a Zoom. And if you really want her involved, you like her, then you could always just back it down or find another creative way for her to get started as a customer, at least to make your time spent effective, because and then at least get them as a customer or bring them in for a lower package, and or get the root of the objection when you're face to face on a Zoom and kind of bring it up and see if she'll open up to you. Because if you can get people to open, you could find a creative solution for them if you want to do that. The real answer is get on with some more people that may be more qualified and the right kind of person you want to partner with, like I talked about with Lisa earlier. Sometimes you're prospecting 7 really high qualified people that want to join you, but it's the one that can. So if you keep prospecting 6 to 7, you're always falling short of getting to that tipping point at 8. And every 8th person you can enroll. Like, that's just the way that it works. I had to guarantee that I enrolled 1 person a day every day for my family. And that meant I had to continually bring in 20 people in my pipeline. It didn't mean 20 new a day. It just meant 20 continuously. So if 3 people dropped off for that day, I'm always filling up 3 to 5 new people per day into that pipeline to assure myself I knew if I had 20 people that would said yes to me, but had to think about it. Yes, but are ghosting me. Yes, but that I knew that I would get 1 per day. And for some of you, you don't have to get 1 enrollment per day, but at least 1 per week by getting at least 20 people in your pipeline. And I don't have to ask, because I've been doing this for 10 years coaching. Most of you don't even have 6 people in your pipeline yet. Most of you. There might be 1 to 3 of you. And I know all of you have big, and I'm not saying this to hurt anybody's feelings, because I love you. Kim and I truly want to help you. That's why we do what we do. It's not to make you feel bad, but I want you to really evaluate, do you have at least 6 or 7 people, and it should be more, but at least 6 or 7 that you've sent to your presentation, that you're following up diligently, that told you yes, but something, right? Yeah. Okay. Who's next? Yeah. Pipeline for ATM. I use ATM like crazy for us. Sending a video works, sending a Zoom works. All right. Who's next? You're welcome, Ashley. By the way, everybody, I would recommend getting on Clubhouse. I'm going to be doing a Clubhouse training, but until I have time to train you, don't spend hours absorbing content all day. You need to be working and building your DMOs, your daily method of operations. But Clubhouse is a fantastic tool that we're going to be using as a team, as World Changers, and my personal team within our company. And make sure if you can, follow Kim and I, and you'll be able to pop into the trainings that we're going to be doing on Clubhouse, specifically for how to connect with new prospects at hyper speed on this new social app.
Tom, when are you doing the training for Clubhouse, on Clubhouse?
No, I'll be doing it off on a Zoom first, because I know not everybody's on Clubhouse, but it'll save you time if you all can download the app and find a way to get in there. I know it's by invite, but I know there's a workaround that we're going to work on it. If you can't get in, don't worry. I'll do my best to, I'm going to figure out the workaround today.
Okay. Yeah, I'm already in, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah, don't. Unless you're a speaker or a moderator in a room and you're adding followers like crazy, it's not worth sitting there being a spectator all day. That's not how you're going to make your money, by the way. You could lose money by listening to too much rooms.
Yeah.
So that's my first tip I'll give all of you. But it's very exponential for me because I'm a speaker. And as all of you start to rise up in your company, I'll bring you on as a moderator, or I'll teach you how to get on as a moderator so it can build your influence. But even if you're not a speaker or moderator, I could show you how to connect with other participants that are your perfect idea for business. Anybody else real quick burning? This was an aha for. Can someone just give me or still confused, say, hey, I don't get it all yet, Tom, it's okay. This might be your, but how many of you, am I breaking up? Can you guys hear me? How many of you, this was like, for some of you, it's like an aha, like, any last questions? One more?
Hi, Tom. It's Vanessa. Hey there. Can you hear
Go
me?
for it, Vanessa.
Okay, awesome. So I get a lot of
Yeah,
people in front of the message, but then I follow up and either they don't
A lot
watch
of
the
what?
video. Oh, can you hear me okay? Hello? Okay, cool. So either I'll
Yeah, I
follow
hear you
up and
great.
say that they haven't seen
Yeah,
the
I hear
video,
you.
haven't had time to watch the video, or they'll tell me they already have a business that they're working on, but they did watch the video. So it seemed like they were interested, but then they backed off and told me they had another business they were doing. So what do you say?
Yeah. We're in a world right now, we're in a world where a lot of people just know the expectation of humans in our industry right now and in social media and in the world. A lot of people commit, but they're not committed. A lot of people say yes, but their yes isn't a yes. So that's just part of it. Now the thing, but it's your job. It's what we, if you heard me earlier, I said, if someone says yes to me, I know they're really not fully committed to the yes yet. They're not fully really interested yet. They just said, sure, because I asked them and they're being nice. But it's your job now. And I will tell you, the more that you have confidence and influence and swagger and more that they will say yes, and their yes will mean more of a yes. I don't know how else to say that, but that's the bottom line. If you're, and how do you get there? You just start faithing it. I'm not saying fake it, but you just start really walking out, being more confident and being more direct and having more fun and complimenting genuinely without schmoozing them and cleaning up your Facebook or Instagram profile so you got some life and energy and family and trust and not a bunch of content for algorithm and all that. That's secondary, but at least having your social profiles look like, you know, you got some life going on. You got, it helps, very persistent and very creative. And hey, I know you said yes. It's totally okay if you're, you know, if this isn't the right time, but just let me know. Here, let me send you my video, or just be creative. Love on their content. You might have to love on their content and like their content and respond to their content. So they know, like when they see you're commenting on their content, they know like, oh, there's Vanessa again. I better stop putting my head in the sand and just look at what the heck she's doing. Maybe there's something to her yoga thing. Maybe there's something to it, because they're not committed to you yet, right? Don't expect that they say yes, that they're in yet, or they're committed. It's just human nature. You may not be doing anything that wrong or anything wrong at all. It's just human nature to be distracted, not interested completely. It's your job to keep getting a lot of yeses per day. And then if you get a lot of people saying they're open, you might get 2 or 3 or 4 maybe to watch it. And then you might get 1 or 2 or 3 to follow up with. And then you might enroll 1 per week or 2 per week. And then the cycle starts over and they do the same thing, possibly. You got to get that tipping point of momentum. Momentum is not easy in this industry, but every one of you want to do whatever it takes to expect it, to breathe life into it, to connect with enough people to get it, and then to also elevate talking less and being more confident. And I know it's easier said than done, but when you get better at that formula for each and every one of you, is when you can predict your future and success more predictably here. Like I know I could do this over and over and over and again because I know those ingredients and how to make a world-class meal. And what I'm talking about is I know those subtle ingredients that get people to say yes more, and I can do it over and over. And as soon as you get to that point, Vanessa, and you're going to feel so good about yourself because you know you've paid the price to figure out and fine tune of what it took.
For sure. Yeah, I know there's a little missing ingredients and trying to bake a cake without all of the ingredients. So thank you so much, Tom.
Gotcha. All right, we're going to wrap it up. You guys are amazing. We went long. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding with being on the road. It's the only way we could have done this call today. I pray you like the film. Let me know any feedback in the comments. If you want to give me a message, I'll stay on here real quick of it you might want, or if this helped you, or if you didn't understand something, maybe put in the comments real quick and I'll stick around for a few seconds and read it. Everybody else, you guys can take off if you want. Have a blessed day and have the most productive week of your career. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, Tom.
You bet. Thanks. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, Tom.
Bye,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Christine.